Beyond Hanwell is a very dark and grim looking game, taking place in Westminster, London, and this looks extremely impressive considering the tiny developer team that worked on this title. It's launching on August 26, and despite the smaller budget and the initial impressions this might give off, this isn't a walking simulator. There is actually a combat system in place, with weapons like sledgehammers, crowbars and guns, so you can get fairly active in this game, which, judging by the pretty damn good jump scares, you certainly will. I won't spoil many jump scares in this video, but I wanted to point out that this game mostly does a very good job at making authentic and actually scary jump scares that you haven't seen 1,000 times before, at least the ones I have seen thus far. In the playable section that took place in an abandoned hospital, the game seems to be split into different chapters, and each location can be freely explored, as the game has a non-linear approach. There will be different enemies and boss fights depending on the location. Speaking of boss fights, the developers went for a dual button combat system, which means pretty fast paced and punchy combat, aside from melee weapons that, by the way, have a durability system. Firearms like pistols and shotguns exist as well. We can of course sprint and quickly change direction to not get completely obliterated by the enemies. As we explored the abandoned hospital, we quickly discovered that it is home to various supernatural entities while gathering supplies and items like batteries, ammunition, fuses, Molotov cocktails and glow sticks. We get to know some of the game's larger narrative, mostly with emails, notes and voice recordings that provide context about the state of the hospital and the organization running it. The voice acting is decent so far. I'm not sure if the storytelling is gonna rely on these hints and messages, or if actual cutscenes are implemented as well with the game's launch.
It's going really slow and he's got a funny way of breathing. He'll fit right in.
Our character doesn't really seem to have legs or a body, and no reflection as well. There is a visible hand, and the leg that only shows when kicking a door, but the feeling of presence and immersion could be higher here if the legs would be visible when looking down, for example. This would probably make you feel less like a floating camera at times, but if the rest of the game is as good as what we've experienced here, then this shouldn't be a deal breaker. And this is all I have for today. Leave a like if it was helpful, and I'll see you next time.